사단의 마지막 놀이터 교회 아니겠어요?
We see that this is the final playground of Satan. It's the
사단의
church.
마지막 공격지 교회 아니겠어요?
The final place of attack of Satan. It's the
하나만
church.
없으면 돼요.
All that needs to disappear is one
훌륭한
thing.
목사만이 나와서 복음만 전하지 마라.
Many renowned pastors come out and yet don't preach the gospel.
똑똑한 목사 장로 많이 일어나서 복음 전하지 마라.
Smart pastors, smart elders rise up, but don't preach the gospel.
여러 가지 좋은 것 많이 해서 복음은 절대 전하지 마라.
Do lots of good and beneficial things, yet don't preach the gospel.
이게 사단의 목표예요.
That's Satan's objective.
그래서 세계교회 문 닫은 겁니다.
And that's why the churches of the world are closing.
남한교회 70% 미자립이 된 겁니다.
And that's why the remaining 74% of the churches are dependent.
40명 이하 모이는 교회 44%로 나타났어요.
44% of the churches that exist, they have less than 40 members or less.
말이 안 되죠.
How does that make any sense?
부끄러운 걸 알아야지.
So we should be put to
복음이
shame.
그런 거 아닙니다.
That's not the gospel.
사람이 늪에 빠졌다.
A person has fallen into a swamp or a marsh.
여러분, 늪에 빠지면요, 아이가 늪에 빠지면 움직일수록 들어갑니다.
When a child falls into a swamp, the more they move, the more they'll drown.
어떻게 해야 됩니까?
What should you do?
늪에 빠졌는데 지금 늪에 안 빠졌습니까? 아이들이 빠졌어요.
And we're speaking of this metaphorically. Do you think that
어떻게
the
해야
children are
됩니까?
not drowning inside that
그게
swamp?
무슨 이유를 됩니까? 건져내야지.
There's no reason for it. There's no time for excuses. You need to bring them out of that place.
아니, 여러분 자녀, 여러분 손녀가 늪에 빠졌는데 따집니까? 거기 가서?
Let's say that, for example, your children or your grandchildren are
왜
inside of
갔냐?
a swamp or a bog. Do
왜
you go and say,
죽어가는데?
why did you come here? They're dying.
가지 마라 안 하더냐?
Didn't I tell you not to come here?
오른발부터 갔냐? 왼발부터 갔냐?
Did you fall in right foot first or left foot first?
그럴 겁니까?
Are you going to ask those questions?
빨리 줄을 잡아라.
You must quickly throw them a line to draw them out.
하나님이 그런 겁니다.
And that's what God has done for us.
앞으로 점점점 깨닫게 됩니다. 완전 정신병 시대 왔어요. 사람 조심해라니까 완전 돌아서 난리요 지금.
Increasingly so, you'll discover that an age, an era of mental disorder has dawned upon us. People are becoming more bizarre by the day.
뭐 어떤 집에 어떤 나라에는요 한 집에 3명이 돌아.
In some
어떡합니까
households,
이거?
in some countries, in one house, there are 3 people with
큰일
mental
났어요.
disorders. So we're in big trouble.
괜히 하나님이 그래서 십자가에 못 박고 예수 믿어라. 아닙니다.
Do you think that God, for no reason at all, crucified Jesus upon the cross and said to believe in Him? No.